Hi, my loves. Hello. Today, I'm going to talk about my logo because a few people have commented on it. And I mean, I think it's kind of an interesting story, but I think it's also, I want to come back to art imitates life, right? And sometimes we don't even realize that it's happening. My logo, that looks like this. I actually drew it. Most people don't know that I drew it. It was actually a photo of me, and it was when Josh and I lived in the hills. I'm going to draw some earthy cards today, some forest fae cards. My son has been in these cards, and they're all which way, backwards, upside down. That one popped out. I'm just going to pull some earth messages today. So the autumn fae, go slow. That's funny because we're in autumn. Go slowly and listen closely for the words of the tree spirits. That's that. Obviously the forest fae are going to tell you to get into nature. Anyway, so we lived in the hills. Josh took a photo of me outside our window. I was lying in our backyard in my underwear. I was smoking a joint and I was watching the clouds and the sky. Years later, I drew the photo and I called it the moon, and this is it. I had a logo for This Is What a Witch Thinks About that I just designed in Canva, and then it was a new moon. So new moons are generally the best time to rebrand because that's that new creative energy. And also it's generally when I feel the most pulled to rebrand. So sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm changing my logo, or I'm changing my profile photo on Substack, or I'm changing my blurb or whatever. And I'll realize, oh, it's a new moon tomorrow, or it was new moon yesterday. You know, there's this urge. Keep going. Trust in yourself. You have all you need. Amen. When I decided to change my logo, I was like, oh, that's so me. Like that's so This Is What a Witch Thinks About. You know, it's like some lady in her underwear, smoking a joint, looking at the sky, thinking about things, you know? And that's how it came about. And I guess the reason why I wanted to talk about it is because we're all artists. We create our own lives, right? Some of you might not feel like that because your life might not feel like an art piece, you know? But I mean, essentially, it's like you are creating something. It's whether you like it or not, you are creating something. My husband works in mental health, and he was with a client, and he said to this woman, what did you like to do as a child? And she said straight away, I loved climbing trees. And he said, oh, that's funny. I climbed a tree yesterday. And she said, what? And Josh was like, she looked at me like I'd said I just landed on the moon. And she was like, what? Just for the sake of it? You know, and he was like, yep. So that's creativity. The whole world is tied into productivity, earning money, doing. I speak about this a lot. I've spoken about it a lot in the past, and I've probably written about it as well. Sure, you should create, but only like an hour a week, and it shouldn't take up the main objective of your life. And like today, my mother takes my son out every Friday. She takes our son. And it's beautiful, but I always have this feeling where I'm like, that's 5 hours that you get to yourself. You have to be working. You have to be filming a video or editing or writing or doing something that is like hopefully leading to earning money. That's got everything. So that's the objective of everything. You know, it has to produce something that eventually earns money, because money is the God that we worship at, right? And then I just thought, no. As I film this, it is the full moon, and it's in Virgo. So there's this real feeling of like, do, work harder, and this self-criticism and this perfectionism that's like you should be doing more, and this need to control outcomes. But the North Node is actually in Pisces, which is kind of being Pisces, which is just like, relax, let go, like let it flow, trust the universe, and also create. And I really realized today when I was thinking that, oh, I should be doing more today, I realized that life is meant to be lived. You know, it's meant to be enjoyed. This is what the feminine is for, and it explains so much of where we are. We're in an uber masculine, toxic masculine world. That's why everything's about doing. But the feminine is about pleasure. It's about enjoying your senses. It's about creativity. It's about art. It's about magic. So it's beautiful if we're just like creating for the sake of it. And I think what I was saying at the beginning is that like Josh took a photo in a moment of like wanting to capture the moment. Oh, I want to take this and make it art. I drew it in a moment of the same thing. And then with no objective, with no thinking this will be my logo or I want to do it because of this. I just did it for the pure joy of it. And Josh did it for the pure joy of it. And then it came into something anyway. We don't know what things are going to evolve into. I'm not saying that everything is going to evolve into something, but be open to things that seem pointless, because everything's going to teach us something, right? Everything's going to open a doorway or a portal, you know, and like creativity. And today I just really thought that I was like, I don't want my life to be all work. I want my life to be just as much creativity and joy and pleasure as the other parts, because that's balance. And life should be like something we enjoy, you know, not something we want to skip past, you know. With that, Lady of the Lost, give to others, treasure life and all its magic. I mean, there you go, guys. Treasure life and all its magic, you know. It is magic. We have forgotten that, and I get it, because society is sometimes a sad case. But anyway, just a really quick video that I wanted to share with you today. Blessings, and I'll see you soon.